What's going on, guys? My name is Jake and we're back to a brand new video. So I'm here to start off my F1 2016 career mode. I know I'm very late, but now you can just see what we're doing, and now you can see, obviously we've got Legendary AI, and now you can see the avatar selection. So I've actually tried this quite a few times, and I chose that avatar. Now you see we have the helmets that we can edit, except the career booster ones where we can't actually change. And I'm actually going to choose one from the career booster, and that is the golden sort of white bits. And obviously we're British, and now choosing a driver number. Obviously I'm going to choose number 82 because that's my favourite number that is available, because my favourite number is actually 7, but that's taken by Kimi Räikkönen. So obviously now we're just putting on a name, and obviously my first name is Jake and my surname is Wormsley, even though it is spelled differently, but it is how it is pronounced. Now the abbreviated name is something which we didn't need to have in the previous game, and I actually went back and I actually thought, you know what, let's have JPW as my because they're my initials. Now it's decided, you know what, let's actually have WAL, which is the first 3 letters of my surname, to make it more realistic, just because I don't really like how JPW looks anyway. So we are going to have WAL, and now we're going to register our details. Now the team section, you see we have the top teams: Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams and Red Bull. Then we have the midfield teams for India, Toro Rosso, McLaren and Haas, and then 3 bottom teams: Renault, Sauber and Manor. And we choose our Jenson as our teammate. Now you see we are in full qualifying, 50% races, full practice, and now you see race settings, Legend AI and all of that stuff, so manual starts and everything as well. Flashbacks are on for the moment, but I would turn them off for the next race. And now our assist, everything off except corner lines. And that is basically it. Obviously everything for the time of day is official. And now you can see we are just sitting down at our desk. You can see our laptop with the design similar to our helmet, depending on which career helmet you choose. And that's it from Ryan.
Hi, I'm Emma Jenkins. I'm a specialist in contract law, and I've been brought in to work as your agent. I'll be working to get you the best deal in the boardroom, which means you need to do the best possible job out there on the circuit. When you get new contract offers, either from new teams or an amendment to your existing offer, it'll come through me. I'll also keep you up to date on discussions behind the scenes to change your terms, or any specific goals that the team has set for you. If a contract offer does come through, I'll present to you the available offers, and then you can make the call. I assume that all sounds fine. Well, good luck this season, and I'll catch you later.
So we have now heard from our agent, and now we can see the contract basically saying welcome to McLaren, and you're starting as our second driver alongside Jenson, and let's try and just do a good job this season. So now we are going to go into laptop and get a little laptop introduction thing pop up. Obviously I've been through this before, and now we have the hub and just the tutorial. So now all we have to do is go to practice. So here we are, just now for the track, the end of my final lap on track acclimatization. You can see I've done pretty well so far, and we've got through a difficult game, so I couldn't get a purple now. And come to the lap, you can see we've got a full purple lap, which is good. I wasn't really expecting that due to what I had the previous times. So we got perfect on the track acclimatization, and now we're going to choose an upgrade, because I actually crashed out afterwards in practice 1, but we decided to upgrade the engine, and now we are coming on to practice 2, where we are doing the tyre wear test. And you can see we've got 4 purple laps, 1 green and another purple lap, and we should get green on this tyre wear lap. Basically just going to try and beat your target lap time while being in the green or the purple. You can see we've got enough points already to get perfect on this as well, on the tyre wear management as well. So we've got perfect on track acclimatization and on the tyre wear test. And now the tyre wear test and qualifying pace test are very hard. This is a qualifying pace test. For some reason I just couldn't beat 129, so unfortunately we did actually fail the qualifying pace test, but you know, we can try and improve. And now we can see the resource points we're getting for the end. And you can see we now have 95 resource points, and now let's hear from our agent about an arrival.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So just heard from our agent, introduction to the driver rivalry. Obviously, as you probably know, the rival we get to begin with is our teammate Jenson Button. So Jenson Button, you can see all the stats there, and basically what we need to do is we just try and beat him. Now here's from voice.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
So our qualifying goals are to qualify 13th or higher and beat Jenson Button. Beating Jenson Button, I'm not entirely sure. I think that should be fine, but qualifying I was really worried about. But nevertheless, we did actually get through qualifying 1 and qualifying 2 fairly easy, got into Q3, where it did look like it was going to rain, and you see you just passed Daniel Ricciardo. But for some reason, qualifying 1 and qualifying 2, we set a 127. In Q1, I was happy, but because we got a tow from Palmer, and then Q2 I was surprised about because we didn't get a tow. In Q3, you can see we are coming around, opening the DRS, coming up to the line, and I believe we set a 127.4, and in the end that landed us in 8th. So you see the top 10 is Lewis Hamilton, so you can see the top 10 there, and I was very surprised about that actually. But now let's see the resource points we get for the qualifying. So we are racking up the resource points. We obviously were expecting to qualify 13th, but we got ahead of that, and now we have 227 resource points to add to that, to our tally. And the rivalry now, this is, you can see we are both moving up, and we out-qualified Jenson Button, and we actually got all 3 sectors and a fastest lap better than them. So we're actually leaving the rivalry set compared to 7 out of 30 compared to 2 out of 30. And now looking at driver position, we gain 1 and move up from 5 to 7 actually, because we get +2. And now let's go, and now let's just do another voicemail.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
So our race goals are to finish 11th higher, beat Jenson Button, and end up in the Drivers' Championship 10th higher. So I'm not sure why it says that, because we need to get at least 1 point to finish 10th, to be 10th in the championship. But we need to just finish 11th higher. Beating Jenson Button, I'm not too sure about. Next race, I think we should have a better car, and should be able to hopefully try and take the fight to Force Union wins. But now let's go on to the race.
We've qualified above where we expected to be, so try your best to hold on to this position in the race.
So here we are looking at the race strategy. We have the choice for high time management or low time management. I wanted to go for the low time management as we're picking up our fuel down to 31.5 laps. I wanted to go with low time management, but I didn't think that would work with the car we got, so I had to go for high time management. But you see in the race, I did actually change the strategy a bit, and I'm not going to show you formation because I don't think that would be very insightful for you guys, because it's just me driving around the track. And now you can see we are revving up to 5 red lights, holding down the clutch and maintaining up him, and the lights go out, and we actually hesitated to let go of the clutch. But nevertheless, we still got a pretty good start, and coming up into the first corner, we are just going to take a very easy second gear, not make any contact, not really get into any battles, and there's yellow flag now, green flag, and not even through the first sector now. You see we get a virtual safety car, so I don't actually know what happened, but now we just need to stay under the dust. We lock up and lose the back end of it, as we didn't want to overtake Daniel Ricciardo, so that didn't do our tyres any good. And our high time management and Bahrain should be easier than Australia, I'm guessing, because I did actually find this race quite hard. But now you can see we have the virtual safety car, so not even through first sector we get a virtual safety car. Now the virtual safety car period is ending, and now we can return to racing speed. And Daniel Ricciardo is ahead of us at the moment, and you can see that there is actually some cars making a pass there, and we could benefit out of this as we're coming up to turns 11 and 12. As fast left right chicane, we actually passed Daniel Ricciardo, and now we are looking to pass Valtteri Bottas, slight contact, and now we're going to go 3 wide for Sebastian Vettel as well. And we actually cut the corner there to avoid contact, and now we get 2 illegal overtakes, but actually that is actually 1 illegal overtake. So we just try to let Vettel through, and we let Vettel through, and now we just get back going. But we need to defend from Bottas as well, and now we're coming onto the straight. Obviously we have a Honda power unit, and we now have Bottas looking to try and get past us. Obviously down straight, so we're not going to be the fastest. And you see Bottas's arrow is getting ever more solid, and it did get solid, and it is still solid as we come through onto the second straight. So we are still defending from Valtteri Bottas, and now you can see his second arrow is also solid, but we are able to stay ahead, as now we move on to I think it is the beginning, the beginning of lap 5, and you see we have Daniel Ricciardo behind us now, and we're in P5. I couldn't actually find where Kimi Räikkönen ahead of us. But Daniel Ricciardo goes up the inside and gets the pass done. I was thinking, hang on, we may be able to fight back here, but it turns out we can't. And you can see I was actually using voice control, because that is actually very much easier than using anything else and using the pad on your wheel. So that didn't actually stop me from driving any quicker. And now we're coming into the pits on lap 7 for our first pit stop, and we're going to go on to the soft tyres. I can't actually say prime, not much anymore, but go on to the soft tyres. And you saw I went down to 17 miles per hour. That's because the pits, I find it very, very hard not to speed in the pits, so I'm going to take it very cautiously. So I might lose some time in the pits in the races, but we will see as I can improve. I think it was a 2.1 second pit stop there. Not entirely sure, but Button now gets ahead of us. So we're ahead of Button, but now he's ahead of us. And coming to that 8, we join ahead of Verstappen. Button is actually on the super soft tyres, so I wasn't surprised that he was ahead of us. And Verstappen is actually on the softs, so we're just going to have to try and defend against Verstappen, really. Because he's in a Red Bull, he's in a fast car. And comes the end of that 10, actually. It's going to be interesting to see whether Verstappen can get ahead of us. We weren't actually too good at time management in the race for some reason. It was just I was not really. I was spreading tyres out really quickly, surprisingly. And now you see, obviously, Verstappen, he has DRS with that Tag branded engine, and he overtakes us. We actually make slight contact as we are trying to fight back, but he gets better traction. And of course, they have the DRS, and compared to the Honda engine, that Tag engine will probably beat our Honda engine without the DRS anyway. So we did just try and get back past Verstappen, but it's pretty much always a lost cause because he's in a very, very quick Red Bull, which I don't think we could really probably get ahead of. And now on lap 12, you can see we now have Bottas behind us, and he is looking fast as well, and he's got DRS, and obviously the Williams is a good car in a straight line, and with the Mercedes powered engine. They are very, very quick, and they get past us on the medium tyres still. So it did go from bad to worse. We dropped down 2 places, but you know they're fast cars, and I wasn't really expecting much, especially down the straights. But now we've got to lap 12, and we have Beauty and Bottas, and I believe that is, I can't remember the car now. Verstappen actually passed Esteban Gutierrez, and we now passed Esteban Gutierrez. Look at the speed difference we have on the straight with the Honda Power Unit. That was just because we got a really good exit. And now coming up from the first gone, you see some cars have come out of the pits, and now there's a whole train of cars ahead, as it looks like they're trying to make past there. And we actually just stayed in 17th, and then Bottas, and then Verstappen, was put down as Grosjean was forced off by Bottas, and that puts right on Verstappen's gearbox, and we just need to try and make a pass where we can. And we get a look at the inside area. No, we actually go for the move, and we actually get the move done. Not best place to make the move, not the place we would expect, but nevertheless we did make the move and move into 16th place. As now we're coming on to lap 13, in lap 13, and beginning lap 14, we can see Kvyat has an engine failure, and we get held up, as does Grosjean behind Kvyat. So we lost a bit of time to the drivers in front, but we are still ahead, and now we have Ericsson behind us. And it's still on a flag at the moment, but I would change to green flag now actually, and we are looking to get ahead of Grosjean. But now on lap 14, you see we actually get another virtual safety car right around about now, as we are coming to, and now we get another virtual safety car. So the rest is there, but then we get another virtual safety car, which I was surprised about because. But this time I knew why. The first time I still don't know why, but this time I knew why. And now I come around to when the virtual safety car period is ending. And we've actually lost time to Grosjean, but Ericsson lost time to us, so we were actually okay. But I felt that we had the pace to catch up to Grosjean. And on lap 17, you can see we have actually we did actually move up, but we make a mistake, and Verstappen and Raikkonen get past us, which didn't work out the best for us. But we were actually pitting at the end of lap 7. Actually, I think we were pitting at the end of this lap. Might have been lap 18, and no, yeah, it was the end of lap 18. So, but I did actually decide as we get passed by NASA coming into the pits, but we did actually change to go onto the medium tyres instead of the soft tyres. My soft tyres weren't really holding up, so I decided, you know what, let's go on to the medium tyres instead because they have more durability, and I think we should be able to do pretty well on them on the medium tyres. So we did actually use all three times dry tyre compound, medium, soft and super soft. We actually got a trophy compound matter. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, I don't know, but I think it might be for using all tyre compounds. But now it looks like we rejoin in 21st, which is actually at the moment last place, because of course Kvyat is out of the race and Gutierrez has just passed us. So we're actually now 21st out of 21 people. But now we come up to this one and we actually get the inside of Gutierrez. A very good pass. Went on the inside, got to the apex first, and moved up into 20th, and we actually have very, very good pace. And now on at 21, you can see we've got onto both Saubers. Ericsson's actually been overtaken by NASA, because NASA is on the soft tyres, but Ericsson's on the medium tyres. But even though I felt we had the pace against NASA on the medium tyres, and now we're just trying to find a way past Ericsson, thinking, okay, let's just bide our time, find a good place to get past Ericsson, and we do it, and we can get past him where we want. And here we actually got a very good run, and we went to the outside, but then we decided to carry on, move to the inside, and we got the inside, brake later, and get to the apex first, and move up into 19th place as Nico Rosberg sets fast after the Grand Prix. And now as we're going to skip on to lap 23, we are now right behind NASA as Hamilton sets fast after the Grand Prix. So NASA on the soft tyres, we've actually pulled away from Ericsson, and I was thinking we can get NASA here. And then we decide to have a look at the inside, and we actually make the move and move up into 18th place. Next up is Haryanto, who we were actually catching, and I was thinking on that 28, 29, I was thinking around that 26, 27, we can get him on lap 28 or 29. But unfortunately on lap 28, we were lapped by Lewis Hamilton, which meant we had to back off, so we couldn't get past Haryanto, and we do end up coming across the line in 17th. Not the best way to finish your first race, but I wasn't really expecting much for this race because I was finding it very difficult. But Bahrain should be fine. It's happened with a lot of other people that found Australia really hard, and then they've been right on the pace in Bahrain. That happened to Ben or Tim Ardu and Cam HD Gaming. So shout out to us, but you can see Total was celebrating for Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton is obviously the race winner for Mercedes, and I'm not showing you all the speech stuff because that would be pretty boring. And you can see the Mercedes team crew there celebrating, and now you can see Pascal Wehrlein there. He finished in 15th for Manor, ahead, so one place of his teammate. So good day for Manor, finishing in 15th and 16th. And so you can see the top three was Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and Daniel Ricciardo, getting on the podium, picking up their trophies, Hamilton picking up his trophy and spraying the champagne. And the one thing I haven't included in this is actually the winning constructor once again, which isn't the best thing for some reason, but for some reason they haven't chosen that. And I'm probably not going to include this in the next race in Bahrain, but I thought I would for this race. So now you can see the race standings. Lewis Hamilton won the race, headed Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo finishing in 3rd, running out the podium. Nico Rosberg finishing 4th with Carlos Sainz in 5th. Sergio Perez finished in 6th, with Roman Grosjean coming up from 21st, finishing in 7th. And Anthony Davidson actually said that Roman Grosjean was the driver of the day, comparing where he started and where he finished. Then it was Nick Hulkenberg in 8th place and Valtteri Bottas in 9th, with Felipe Massa, his teammate, running out the top 10. Grosjean made a very good finish in 7th after starting in 21st, and making one-stop strategy work. In 11th you can see Kimi Räikkönen and Max Verstappen finished down in 12th. So no points from McLaren in this race unfortunately, but you can see him moving down. Jenson Button finished in 13th, and then it was Ken Magnussen in 14th, followed by the two manners of Wehrlein and Haryanto. Myself, I finished in 17th. Not a good day for McLaren, we did both drop down. And NASA finished in 18th with his teammate Mark Sirtis finishing in 19th. And 20th was Esteban Gutierrez, and then the two drivers not finished race were Jolyon Palmer and Daniel Kvyat. And the driver standings obviously exactly the same as the race results. Constructors standings, Mercedes lead the way ahead of Ferrari, Red Bull, Force India, Toro Rosso, Haas and Williams. To the teams get score Sauber, McLaren, Manor and Renault. Surprisingly, Sauber are ahead of McLaren, even though Button and myself both finished both Sauber. So I'm not entirely sure what Sauber are ahead in the championship, but that's the way it is. And now looking at the resource points that we got for this race, we got 50 resource points, which brings our total to 279. And now looking at the rivalry, I thought we were going to get overtaken, but we actually set the fast third sector, and we are still 2 ahead in that. And now looking at driver position, unfortunately we're going to go down from 7 to 4 because we didn't finish the event, we didn't beat Jenson, and we didn't place 10th higher in the constructor in the driver championship. So we're still ahead at the moment, but now looking at our career score, which I didn't really care much about. But now it's basically the end of this race, so I didn't really do much else from here. That's our career score basically, and basically all that's left now is to say if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at @pertrade_. As always, there is a link to that down in the description. If you want to go partner of Freedom, there's also a link to that down in the description, and all the music used in this video is also down in the description. And that was the first episode of Career Mode for F1 2016. And I will see you next time in Bahrain. Goodbye.